is playing strong, sitting kind of comfortable in third. But we all know how Pacific's going. It's Calgary, San Jose, and Vegas locked up 1, 2, and 3. We just don't know which order yet.
Yeah, it's definitely, and Arizona, I guess, is the next closest, and they're 8 points back of Vegas. So,
yeah,
not much chance to.
Yeah, it's locked in. So the wild card race: Dallas, Minnesota, and Arizona. So we talked about the matchups we want. I would really like Arizona to make the playoff. Talkett, they're saying good things about his first year coaching.
Yeah. So you want them to make it because you like Arizona, or you want the Flames to play?
I want the Flames to play Arizona.
Yeah, okay. So of course then you want the weakest team.
Between Dallas and Minnesota and Arizona is the much easier team to play.
Yeah, I agree. And they're 8-2 in the last 10. That's pretty good. So we'll see if they can keep up this pace.
They've gotten some players back lately. So interesting to see. It was kind of interesting to see Colorado drop a bunch before. They're kind of pushing themselves completely out of the race, which was unexpected. For a while they were top.
Yeah, that top line was rolling.
Yeah.
But they just, I guess, didn't have the depth.
No, that top line was doing all the work.
And I'm confident, like if I'm going to look at this and make a prediction, Bruce Boudreau is the Scotty Bowman of the regular season. He will make the playoffs every year, and this year will be no different. I think Minnesota is a lock to get one of the wild cards.
Out first round.
Yeah, definitely out first round. And hopefully it's the Flames who get to knock them off.
Yeah. Good. That about does it for Around the League. We'll be checking back next week as the race heats up.
Okay, well then let's go and talk about the GM meetings.
Oh, yes, the GM meetings were in
Boca Raton, Florida.
Ooh,
and this is a very special edition of Comment Board Heroes. Yes, this is Comment Board Heroes, the special edition, where GM Rule Change Edition. So normally we scroll through the internet and find funny, insightful, stupid comments and read them out. Today, because there is the GM meeting in Boca Raton and they have some real proposals for rules, we thought, okay, we'll let you know what those are, but also we went through the comment boards and found some other suggestions.
Proposed to rule changes.
Yes, exactly.
Should we start with the real one?
Yeah, let's start with the real ones.
It's pretty much the only one I heard, that if you lose your helmet during play, that you have to skate immediately off. You can't stick around, grind it out.
Yeah, that's one proposal.
So my initial reaction to that, it was I kind of took a Don Cherry standpoint, like, oh, what is this bullshit? Let them be top, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it's not a bad rule. Like, it just falls in sync with protecting the head, protecting the players. But I see a lot of pushback from the players on this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't happen often.
This is my opinion. On the logical side of my brain, it makes perfect sense because you have to wear a helmet to play.
Yeah.
So if you lose your helmet, you shouldn't be able to keep playing. You should have to go get a new one. But the other side of my brain is kind of like the NHL is the nothing happens league, and one of the last remaining sort of cowboy rogue movie moments is when the guy loses his helmet and stays out and does something. And it, like Jerome McGinley just had his retirement ceremony, and one of his career highlights is the shift where he loses his helmet.
Scores a goal at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And if this rule was in place, the shift couldn't happen.
Yeah, and that's where it's going to get sticky, is in the case where a player loses helmet kind of close to the puck and can make plays and just keeps on making plays instead of doing what he's supposed to or going straight to the net.
Yeah.
So what, they're going to just blow it dead then and give him a penalty for not going?
Or what if it's like in the motion of hitting it, his skate comes off, or sorry, his helmet comes off, are they going to video replay if his helmet was on? Like, I don't know. I don't mind the rule change. It's not going to affect that much, but
yeah, the way the rule makes sense, it would be like when the helmet comes off, you finish whatever play you can in the neighborhood, or your team gets possession, and then you go straight off.
Yeah, and it is the international rule now, so it has been sort of tested in international hockey, and it seems to work.
Yeah.
Another rule was related to helmets again, was players have to wear their helmets in warm-up. I don't know. I don't really care about that. I don't know what you think.
People have been getting... I hear goalies getting injured in warm-up sometimes from like a hard warm-up shot.
Yeah, that really doesn't have to deal with the helmets, though.
Yeah.
I guess you could get hurt in practice just as easy. I don't know. Do you have any strong opinions on this one?
Yeah, I like skating without a helmet. Hope my girlfriend's not listening, which I know she's not. So, like, I don't know. It's fun to be out on the ice without helmets, and it feels like what this was kind of telling people or getting to the public mind is like, you're on the ice, you wear the helmet. So I immediately have a pushback, but there's good reasons to be wearing a helmet.
Yeah, safety.
While on the ice.
Okay, and then the last one, this has to do with when you get a power play. Right now, the way the rule is, the refs will go and drop the puck in the offensive zone. But now the team that is getting the power play can choose left side or right side. And I guess it'll be an advantage because you can choose the side that your center is stronger on.
Yeah. I mean, set up for that shot off the draw quicker or get set up better. You know, coach will be able to work a better power play if they can. It's really a small adjustment.
Yeah,
but it's straight up benefiting the power play team, which makes a power play a little more beneficial, I guess.
It's a drop in the ocean. It is an advantage,
drop in the ocean, but it's a small advantage.
Pretty small, yeah.
More scoring. Once again, it just highlights the want for more scoring, more offense than NHL.
Yeah, but I would say if we're probably going to do the numbers on it, what is it, like a 1% change maybe? So it's really not a huge difference.
Drop in the bucket. But there are some rules that prevent offense that are currently in play now, which wouldn't mind getting rid of.
Okay, so these are the rules we'd like to see, and some are our own inventions and some are from Reddit, where there was a whole slew of great suggestions. So let's go to the first one you were talking about, Dan.
All right. The first one was, I guess, there was no comments of who left it. Anyways.
Well, you were talking about the offside, I think.
Well, the offside one was just that the offside call gets blown right away. A constant viewing of when the play goes offside. So there's none of this goals being called back anymore. Like, someone's always looking on video replay for every entry, whether it was onside, offside. If it was offside, outside whistle blows the play dead immediately.
So if it's like 5 or 10 seconds after, a whistle would blow and...
Yeah.
See, my only problem with that is it's more stoppage to the game.
Yeah, but if they were to score, the stoppage of reviewing is not there.
But if they don't score, then the play
at least the call was made. It's more of a frustration why they even brought in this reviewing offside in the first place.
I agree. For me, I would even go farther than you. I would say just get rid of it. And I would say if you can't see the guys offside in real time, then it's not going to impact anything. So
yeah, and that should be said about the gray area and goaltender interference.
Yeah, that's true too.
But all right, this was one of the better ones from the comment boards. If you score a shorthanded goal on the penalty kill, you get your man out of the box.
I like it.
I love it.
It's like
reward hard work.
Adding it promotes more offensive.
Oh hell yeah!
On the penalty kill. But also it adds insult to injury. Like, we scored and we get our guy back.
And that momentum shift for a PP or PK goal.
Yeah, and I think we could double down on it. What if you score shorthanded, you switch with the other guy? So if there's 45 seconds left, Now they have 45 seconds in the box.
Well, who are they going to put in the box?
It doesn't matter. It's like bench minor. You just pick someone.
Nah, that's stupid.
Whatever. But yeah, we both like the idea that if you score shorthanded, you get your man back.
Yeah, man.
One idea, and this one came from a very smart person. When you are in overtime, 3-on-3, there's no going backwards. So, of course, you can go backwards within the zones, but crossing the lines, maybe it's the blue lines, you cannot go backwards from the blue line. And that's to prevent teams from entering, going around, then they take the puck, they go back to get a line change. So it's more like basketball. You kind of have to go forward in the zone.
You can't cross back.
Yeah.
With that, get rid of shootouts and make the overtime 10 minutes. Bam. There you go.
Yeah, I think if you did that, you'd probably 90% of games, 95 would end with a winner.
Yeah. Instead of going to stupid shootouts. Shootouts, like, it was fun, like, even up to last year. But now it's just... It's not cool anymore. Like, it's not a good way to decide who won a game.
It's lost its luster.
It lost its luster.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Do I have another one here?
Yeah, there was one you mentioned about goalies freezing the puck, I think.
Goalie freezing the puck is similar to icing. No line change. I like that.
Yeah. It makes sense, actually. It rewards, again, offensive thrust. So you're putting pressure, goalie covers.
You can ice it, and now your goaltender can't freeze it if you want that line change. You know, that means you gotta work hard to earn your line change.
And it'll promote more mismatches. More tired players against fresh players, more fourth line against first line, again, more offense. I like it.
It's interesting. We saw one before that you can only change on the fly. It kind of goes similar to that.
Yeah, that was another one we saw on Reddit, that whistles, you just line up and face off. You want to change, you got to do it while the game's going.
Yeah. Which is interesting, kind of goes hand in hand, or is the more extreme version of what they're proposing here, but... Speeding up the game, like you say, creating more mismatches, thus more offense, and this is what the league wants, is it not?
It is. And there were a ton on Reddit. Maybe we'll revisit this segment a different time. But one last one was the playoff draft. So the concept behind here is, instead of having the matchups based on standings, the team that finishes first in the league, they choose their opponent. And then this team that's second chooses from who's left.
Yeah.
And that way it kind of creates this more rivalry, and, you know, like, oh, they chose us, we're going to go get them. And teams can kind of try to pick who they match up well against.
I like it. I think it adds some character to heading into the postseason.
I think it would be a great TV show, like 1 hour, like Calgary, you're on the clock.
Yeah.
And they've got, it's kind of like the draft for players, but they're on the clock. They're, you know, you don't have to gather everyone. You can have them by satellite, but they have to stand in front of the camera and say, we will take on the Minnesota Wild.
They got to hold up a card like in Survivor. We choose the Wild.
Yeah, it would be great television. And it would create so much talking points. Like, if you pick a team and then you lose, like, the debate, should they have picked them, shouldn't they? I think it would be fantastic.
This brings a dimension to hockey that's just not heard of. Or, like, you know, there's rivalries, long-standing rivalries, but this really ups the game, can create immediately new rivalries.
And no other pro sport has this type of playoff.
Yeah, it could be first of its kind in that sense.
Yeah.
Any downsides you can see? Cities, organizations reacting badly in a way.
Yeah, maybe if you finish quite high and the top seed picks you, like, there could be, if you finish, let's say, 6th out of 16 and the number one team picks you, maybe then the 6th place team will say, oh, this is bullshit, like, we have to play Tampa Bay this year and we did so well.
Yeah. And
maybe Tampa picks them because they match up well.
Yeah, that's true. They have to work out those kinks.
Yeah.
But, hell, that about does it. We'll keep it short and sweet.
Yes,